Okay, I mean, I never come on here and talk about movies. This is so not my usual content, but I just finished Saltburn and I feel like I have to talk about it. First of all, the movie was extraordinary. The acting was extraordinary. I was absolutely, completely and totally mesmerized the entire time. And I'm obsessed with the movie. I wanted to win all the awards. I love it. It's amazing. However, there is this major, gaping, huge plot hole that just like went completely unaddressed, and I feel like we need to talk about it, so I don't know where else to go. Massive spoiler alert. If you have not finished watching Saltburn, go do so immediately, but stop watching this TikTok. This is for people who've watched the movie Saltburn and want to talk about the gaping plot hole. So here's why Oliver probably wouldn't have ended up getting to keep the house. For context, I'm Eliza Orlins, a career public defender for the last 14 years in Manhattan. So I don't do trust and estate law, and it's weird that I know anything about British Commonwealth law. However, under British Commonwealth law, you can't just change your will and leave someone your home, especially if it's a family estate, because there are laws that determine who inherits estates and titles when a direct heir dies. In fact, Farley probably would have inherited Saltburn automatically. But even if Sir James had set up some sort of carve out where Elspeth could inherit Saltburn from him, Farley still would have probably had grounds to challenge not just that, but also any change to Elspeth's will. Basically, it's extremely unlikely Oliver would have gotten the house at all, and if he had, he probably wouldn't have held on to it for very long. So it would have been completely impossible for Elspeth to just like sign her will over and leave Saltburn to Oliver. It doesn't work. You can't do that when they're living relatives, which we know there are because Farley and his mom are still alive. You can't do that. Can anyone explain a way out of this? Because under British common law, if there are living relatives, you can't just will things. It's not like in the US where you can just will things to a family member just willy-nilly. Saltburn was a family estate, and therefore any living relative could have had a claim to it. I mean, there could have even been some fourth cousin down the line who would have created problems. Like, there's no way she could have just left it to Oliver, right? Anyhow, once again, please don't come for me. I loved the movie. I absolutely loved it. I just thought this was one thing that went a little bit unaddressed, and we can suspend disbelief for the purposes of the movie, but just wanted to see if anybody else wanted to talk about this with me. Okay, thanks.